In today's video, we're going to make a kitten pouch. So this is our first panel and we're going to make our second panel together. For this project, I'm going to use a white yarn. I'll be doubling the strands and a 3.5mm hook and this as my stitch marker. So we are going to start by making a slip knot. I don't know how better to explain how to make a slip knot. Just make a knot. I don't know. Just make a knot. And then just adjust the size of your knot to fit your hook. Make sure you are using a corresponding your hook is corresponding to the size of your yarn. And we are going to make eight chains. To make a chain, yarn over, pull through the loop. That's our first chain. Yarn over, pull through the loop. That's our second chain. So we have 8 chains. This is round 1. For round 2, we're going to start by making 2 double crochet on the third chain from the hook. This is our first chain from the hook. This is the second one, and this is the third one. So we're going to make 2 half double crochet in that one chain. To make half double crochet, yarn over, insert the hook into the third chain, which is here. Yarn over, you have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. That's our first half double crochet. Our second half double crochet will be in that same space. So yarn over, insert, yarn over, pull. You have 3 loops, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. You have 2 double crochet. So we are going to put our stitch marker on the first half double crochet, which is here. On the first half double crochet. And then we are going to make 4 half double crochet in the next chain. So this is the next chain. That's the first one. That's the second half double crochet, third, and fourth. That's our fourth half double crochet. So we have 1 chain left at the end. On this chain, we're going to do 4 half double crochet on that single chain to make a U-turn, so that we can work on this other side of our project. So we're going to make 4 half double crochet on that one single chain. Yarn over, this is the chain. That's our first half double crochet. That's our second half double crochet. That's our third half double crochet. And that's our fourth half double crochet. At this point, you should be having 10 10 chains. Like if you count on top, you should be having 10 chains. So we are moving to this other side of our project. For this other side, this is the chain we worked on. So here's our next chain. I don't know if you can see it, but here's our next chain here. we're just going to carry our yarn so we don't have to weave it in later. So yarn over, insert the hook into your next chain, I'm just carrying the yarn so I don't weave it in later. That's one. This is our next chain. That's two. The second half double crochet. That's three. This is our fourth half double crochet. So we are left with one chain at the end. So in this one chain we're going to do 2 half double crochet in one single chain. So we're going to do, here's our next chain, 1, that's 1. We're going to do another half double crochet in that chain, chain space. That's 2. So all around your project you should be having 16 chains. To close up our project, you're going to slip stitch to where you put your stitch marker on. In the chain you put your stitch marker on, that's the first half double crochet here. So this is where you're going to place your slip stitch. So you're going to remove the stitch marker and place a slip stitch. To place a slip stitch, yarn over, pull through the first chain and pull through the second chain. So at this point you should be having 16. Just chain 1. This chain 1 does not count as part of your stitches. For round 2 we are going to do 1 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet increase. So for round 2 we are going to do 1 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet increase. That will form a set. So we're going to do a total of 8 sets for 24 stitches. So we're going to start with the 1 half double crochet, you're going to put a stitch marker there on top of the first half double crochet. Then on our next stitch we're going to do a half double crochet increase. To do an increase you just do 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. 1, 2. That's our first set. So we're going to do 8 more sets. For our second set you're going to do 1 half double crochet in the next chain. In the next chain you're going to do an increase, 1 half double crochet increase, that's our second set. The next chain you're going to do 1 half double crochet. Then in the next chain we're going to do 1 half double crochet increase, that's our third set. So we're going to repeat the process until the end. This round you should be having 24 stitches. Just ensure you count your stitches each and every time to ensure you have the same number of stitches. so you don't have to redo your work once you're done. To close up this round, we're going to slip stitch to our first half double crochet where you have your stitch marker. Here is where you're going to slip stitch to. So that's how our second round is looking like. To start round 3, chain 1. So for round 3 we are going to do 2 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet increase. So we're going to do, this is our first half double crochet. We're going to place our stitch marker there, here. This is our first half double crochet. In our next chain you're going to have another half double crochet. Then in the next chain we are going to have a half double crochet increase. To increase, you're just going to put 2 half double crochet in the same stitch. That's our first set. So we're going to do 8 more sets of the same process. 1 half double crochet, 1 in the next stitch you're going to do 1 half double crochet, and in the next stitch you're going to do an increase. So note that for this round, so note that for this round a set has like 3 stitches, like 1 2 3. We'll have 3 stitches of 1 half double crochet. Next one will be having half double crochet, and the next one will be having an increase. Those are our third set. So at the end of this round we're going to have 32 stitches. Just slip stitch to the chain where you have a stitch marker. You can count your stitches to ensure you have 32. For the next round we are going to do a set of 3 half double crochet and 1 half double crochet increase. So we're going to do a set of 3 half double crochet. 1, that's our first half double crochet. We're just going to put our stitch marker there. One. The next stitch you're going to do another half double crochet. In the next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet. Those are 3 half double crochet, and in the next stitch you're going to do an increase. So this is our first set for this round. 3 half double crochet and a half double crochet increase. We're going to do our second set. In our next stitch we're going to do 1 half double crochet, one half double crochet, and the third half double crochet, and in our next chain you're going to do an increase. That's our second set. So we're going to repeat the process until the end for a total of 8 sets. So once you're done with this row, you ensure that you have 40 stitches. Just count yourself to make sure you have 40 stitches, and then you slip stitch to our first half double crochet. Just remove the stitch marker, then you slip stitch to your first half double crochet. Just ensure you have 40 stitches and chain 1. This chain 1 does not form part of our stitches. Just count yourself to make sure, so you don't have to undo your project again. So for our next round, we are going to do, for a set we'll have 2 half double crochet, an increase, and 2 half double crochet. So 2 half double crochet, this is our first half double crochet, 1. In the next stitch you're going to do half double crochet. In the next stitch you're going to have an increase. In the next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet. The next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet, and that's our first set. Yeah, that's our first set. So for our second set you're going to start with 1 half double crochet. Next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet. The next stitch you're going to do an increase. The next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet. The next stitch you're going to do a half double crochet. So that's our second set. We're going to repeat the process until the end, and ensure at the end of this process you have 48 stitches. So this is what we are having at the end of that round. So we're going to slip stitch to our first chain here. So first chain, just going to remove the stitch marker, and you're going to slip stitch to our first chain. At the end of this row, ensure that you have 48 stitches. Chain 1. Just count yourself to ensure you have 48 stitches. So at the end of this row, ensure you have 48 chains. For our next row, we are going to start with 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So in this first stitch you're going to do a single crochet. Those are our first single crochet, and you're going to put our stitch marker on this on our first single crochet. That's our second single crochet. So we're going to do 2 single crochet. Then in the next stitches we're going to do 26 we're going to do 26 half double crochet. So you're going to count each and every stitch as you move until you get to 26. So once you've done 26 half double crochet, we're going to do 4. So once you've done 26 half double crochet, we're going to do 4 single crochet. In the next chain we're going to do a single crochet, then a single crochet. That's our second single crochet, our third single crochet, then our fourth single crochet. So in the next chain we are going to have our first ear. In the next chain we're going to have our first ear. So we're going to do a half double crochet, a double crochet in the same stitch to do a double, and a treble crochet in the same stitch. So we're going to do 3 treble crochet. To do a treble crochet, yarn over twice, insert, you have 4 loops in your hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. Those are our first treble crochet. We're going to do our second treble crochet in the same stitch. Yarn over, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. That's our second treble crochet. And finally our last treble crochet. Yarn over, pull through 2. After doing our treble crochet, we are going to do a double crochet. Then you're going to do a half double crochet in the same stitch. For the ear you should be having 7 stitches for the ear. Then you're going to do 12 single crochet to meet our next ear. So we're going to do 12 single crochet. 1, 2, 3, 4. We are going to do the next ear, the same process for the first one. So once you're done, you'll be left with 2 stitches. We are going to do 2 single crochet in the stitches. Single crochet and a single crochet. So once you're done with this round, you should be having a total of 60. We are going to slip stitch to the first single crochet. We are going to slip stitch to the first single crochet just to close up the round. So for the last round, we are having we started with the, so for here we are going to have 4 single crochet, 26 half double crochet, then 4 single crochet, then 12. Here we are having 7, here we are having 12 and 7, for a total of 60 stitches. So that's how our hair is looking like. This is the first panel. So this is the first panel and this is the second panel. So I want my ear to have like a pink border around it, so I'm not going to sew in, I'm not going to like to join them, I'm not going to join them like on the inside, but I'm going to join them on the outside because I just wanted to have like a pink border. Bobby, I want a pink Hello Kitty, so I'm just going to cut off that. I'm just lazy, I don't want to sew it in, I'll just tie it because the pink border will hide it, so there's really no worry. Just cut off the rest. Yeah. So let's do the pink top. I did this earlier on because this part will remain like I won't sew this part together, so yeah, that's why I'm just doing it separately. So let's bring in the pink. So I'm just going to start sewing in the pink from here under the ear. There, yeah, the tail here I'm just going to carry it in as I move, so I don't have to sew it in later. I'm going to do single crochet for the border. As you notice, I'm using like a thicker yarn. You can use any yarn you have. I'm using a thicker one. because that's the one I have for them at the moment. So we're going to stop once we reach the start of the other ear. Once we reach the start of the other ear, we're going to finish it. So we're going to cut off the excess. So we're going to do the eyes, ears, done the ears, so we're going to do the eyes, the nose, yeah, and those little things. So you're going to do here. I'm going to do the nose here, right in the middle. Is the eyes, ears, and nose is just a preference thing. You can do whatever you want with it. So I'm just going to sew in the nose. For mine, I'm just going to do a T for the nose. For the eyes, I have this I just cut them off from my old black cloth. They're not a perfect circle, but they'll do. They'll work. And for I'll use this ribbon. I'll cut them into pieces and use the ribbon. And I'll be using a glue, very tough glue, because I don't want things coming out. So that's how our kitten is looking so far. I just glued everything together and sewed in. So I'm going to use a pink border to sew everything together. If you want to if you don't want like everything to show, you can sew them from inside out, like this, using the same color, using the same method I'm using. But for me, I want the borders to show, so I just use I'll just sew it in from the same side. So I'll start from this the next point where I stopped. There, just under. So I'm going to carry the yarn as I move, so I don't sew it in later. You're going to use single crochet for the borders. So once you're done, you'll just pull it through, and we'll just sew in the rest. Just sew it in. So here's my pouch after doing the borders. Well, I'm going to leave mine at this point, but if you want, you can accessorize your pouch more. This is how the inside looks like. That's the inside of our pouch. If you want, you can accessorize your pouch more, like you can do more, but I'm going to leave mine at this point.